Rod Stewart is not just a singer and songwriter, he's a British music legend. Rod's journey through fame and fortune has been nothing short of a rollercoaster ride. In the face of health scares like his battle with thyroid cancer and financial ups and downs due to managerial missteps, Rod Stewart has shown his resilience time and time again. Join us as we reveal how this music legend has been holding up, especially after facing the loss of his two brothers within months. Born in January 1945 in London, he was the fifth child in a large family. Stewart didn't have an ordinary childhood. In his autobiography, Rod, the autobiography, Stewart described his upbringing as far from average. Though the family didn't swim in wealth, Rod was, in his own words, spoiled rotten. His parents showered him with affection, creating a special place for him in their hearts. Stewart describes this with one fine example. You see, before he was born, when Stewart's mom would make rabbit stew, she would divide the heart among her 4 kids, but after Stewart was born, she would just give him the heart. Similarly, his sister, Mary, made Fridays extraordinary by bringing home a new toy for her little brother. Despite the lack of material extravagance, Rod Stewart's childhood was a happy time, filled with warmth and sweet love. This wasn't to last, as the life ahead was anything but sweet. Academia was not Rod's forte. He dropped out of school at a young age with hopes of pursuing a career as a professional soccer player. When soccer didn't pan out as expected, he found himself at a crossroads. Rod himself admitted that academic pursuits were not his cup of tea. Failing his 11+ exam wasn't a surprise to anyone, and he reluctantly joined William Grimshaw Secondary Modern. However, Rod didn't find joy within the educational system. His life, at this point, resembled a turbulent ride, marked by early setbacks and the quest for a purpose. Gone were the days when he was pampered by his parents and his siblings. Determined to find his way, he took on various odd jobs to make ends meet. When his father secured him a position as a screen printer for a wallpaper company, Stewart embraced the opportunity. Despite the decent pay, his colorblindness soon became a stumbling block, ending his short-lived printing stint. Unfazed, he ventured into other odd jobs, including working with picture frames and as an electrician, occasionally spending Saturdays at Highgate Cemetery. Life took a tragic turn when, at a young age, Stewart found himself on a quest for stability in a world full of uncertainties. His journey was a far cry from the glamorous music industry he would later conquer. Breaking into the music industry was no cakewalk for Rod Stewart. Lacking connections and financial resources, he faced an uphill battle. Undeterred by these obstacles, Stewart embraced every opportunity that came his way, saying yes to collaborations and seizing chances to perform. During the early 1960s, he toured Europe with folk artist Whiz Jones, displaying his adaptability and openness to collaboration. Stewart's determination reached new heights, even surviving the hardship of being deported from Spain for vagrancy during a tour with Jones. Returning to England in 1963, he joined forces with an R&B group called Jimmy Powell and the Five Dimensions, serving as both vocalist and harmonica player. Stewart reflected on his early days as a struggling singer, playing in public without realizing his potential until people started making song requests. He recounted, "When that happened, perched on the stones with a small audience gathered around me, I began to realize I had a voice that people would listen to. This realization fueled his passion for music despite the challenges. The turning point arrived in 1964 when Rod Stewart, then 19, received a life-changing opportunity to play with Long John Baldry. Spotted outside a railway station, his raw talent impressed Baldry, leading to an invitation to join his band. The following year marked a significant breakthrough for Stewart, supporting the Rolling Stones and becoming part of the Jeff Beck Group. By 1969, he joined the Faces and pursued solo projects concurrently. Rod Stewart's journey wasn't paved with ease. It was marked by dedication, hard work, and a willingness to take on multiple projects simultaneously. The fruits of his labor materialized as he gained recognition in the highly competitive music industry. Just like his road to superstardom was rocky, his love life was also marked by trials and tribulations. Stewart has been through multiple failed marriages and relationships. He advises saving arguments for later, emphasizing the importance of communication and compromise. With 8 children from 5 different women, his romantic experiences molded him into a better listener. Reflecting on his current marriage with Penny Lancaster, he expressed his commitment to romantic moments, sharing candlelit dinners with his wife every night. Despite his enduring love with Lancaster, Stewart's past was tumultuous. At the height of his fame, he admitted to a lifestyle where he was involved with various women, reaching a point where even sex became mundane. His humorous take on marriage highlights what he really thinks. Instead of getting married again, I'm going to find a woman I don't like and just give her a house. The rock star's journey through relationships is a tragic tale of trial, error, and finally finding the love that tamed him. Rod Stewart became a father for the first time when he was only 17, when his eldest daughter, Sarah Streeter, was born. This was with Susanna Boffey, who he met in a London nightclub in 1961, and was said to have broken his heart when he was still a teenager. This was only the beginning of his complicated love life. Even the iconic Bond girl Britt Ekland occupies a significant chapter in Rod's love life. Introduced by mutual friend Dame Joan Collins in 1975, their passionate affair unfolded against the backdrop of stardom. Living together for 2 years, Ekland even sacrificed her career for love. The iconic song "Tonight's the Night, Gonna Be Alright" was inspired by their intense connection. However, the flames of their love flickered out after 2 years, with Ekland citing infidelity as the reason. The changing dynamics, including Ekland applying makeup on Stewart, marked a turning point, leading to their eventual breakup. However, the first time Rod tied the knot was with the actress and model Alana Stewart in 1979. This union that produced 2 children, Kimberly and Sean, ended after 5 years, with Stewart confessing to leaving a lot of broken hearts in his wake. Reflecting on the dissolution of their marriage, Alana acknowledged the toll it took on her, describing the pain of discovering her husband's affair with a model 15 years her junior. The wreckage of their relationship revealed the strains of juggling family life with the rock and roll lifestyle, leaving Stewart to confront his actions and Alana to rebuild her world. Model Kelly Emberg entered Stewart's life, becoming the mother of his daughter Ruby during a 7-year relationship. Despite describing Emberg as the most wonderful woman in the world, Stewart admitted to trading her terribly. The end of their romantic entanglement paved the way for a mended friendship. The whirlwind romance continued with the New Zealand model Rachel Hunter. Within 3 weeks of meeting New Zealand model Rachel Hunter in a club in 1991, Rod had proposed, and they tied the knot 3 months later. Rachel, who is 26 years younger than the singer, gave birth to daughter Renee in 1992, and 2 years later, their son Liam arrived. But Rachel made the shock decision to leave Rod in 1999, leaving him completely heartbroken. "I couldn't believe it," Rod told the Mail on Sunday. "I was a rock star. You don't dump a rock star. It knocked me for 6. It was a huge shock." The rocker admitted in hindsight the 26-year age difference played a big part in why their relationship broke down. "She was just 21 when we married and a mum a year later. My sister Mary told me she was too young for me as we were walking down the aisle, and she was right." But finally, in Penny Lancaster, Rod Stewart found a love that endured the test of time. Their union, starting in 1999 and culminating in marriage in 2007, has become Stewart's longest and most stable. The couple shares 2 children, Alastair and Aidan, often shielded from the public eye. Lancaster emerged as the anchor in Stewart's tumultuous love life, providing stability and enduring companionship. While his love life has been a tragedy, to say the least, it isn't the only tragic part of his life. The music legend's life took a tragic turn when, in 2017, he received a devastating diagnosis: prostate cancer. The news left him shattered, and for 2 years he fought a silent, private battle against the illness, as reported by the BBC. Only in 2019 did Stewart go public with his struggle, revealing that catching it early was his saving grace. He urged men to be proactive about testing, emphasizing the importance of a positive mindset throughout the process. Stewart, at a fundraising event, shared, "If you're positive, and you work through it, and you keep a smile on your face. I've worked 2 years, and I've just been happy, and the good Lord looked after me." This wasn't the first time cancer cast its shadow over Rod Stewart's life. In 2001, he faced thyroid cancer, gaining a perspective that highlighted the fragility of life. His experience served as a stark reminder that illness could strike anyone, regardless of age. A close family friend revealed that some of Stewart's 8 children were urging him to retire, expressing concern about his health and wanting him to focus on being a father and grandfather. With a career spanning 50 years, his children felt he had nothing left to prove and deserved to retire on his own terms. Health issues and family concerns did not just plague Stewart's life. Legal battles added their own stressful notes. One of America's most prominent entertainment law firms filed a £2 million lawsuit against Stewart for work on 3 cases. The firm, which had represented Stewart for over 20 years, claimed non-payment for legal services in instances involving a New Year's Eve performance cancellation, a battle over South American concert cancellations, and a trademark infringement case. Rod Stewart's son, Sean, also hasn't made his life any easier by having multiple run-ins with the law. In 2015, at Miami International Airport, he climbed onto a luggage carousel as a joke, resulting in a fine. More significantly, in 2002, Sean was jailed for 90 days after assaulting a man outside a Malibu restaurant. The altercation was so intense that actor Dean Cain intervened, calling 911. Sean faced further legal trouble in 2007, being named in 2 assault lawsuits. In 2019, both Rod and Sean Stewart pleaded guilty to battery charges in an altercation case with a security guard at a Florida hotel. The plea spared them jail time and fines, with Rod's attorney emphasizing that a jury did not find him guilty. Instead, Rod Stewart chose to enter a plea to avoid the inconvenience and burden of a high-profile trial. The tragedy in Rod Stewart's life extends even further. In a heart-wrenching post on social media, the legendary singer shared his grief over losing 2 brothers within months of each other. Bob, aged 87, bid farewell in November 2022. Stewart's emotional post revealed their profound bond, particularly during their game days in Scotland. The loss of Bob followed the death of Stewart's eldest brother Don in September 2022. These tragedies left a void in Stewart's life. Rod Stewart, the youngest of 5 siblings, expressed the significance of his brother's support throughout his successful music career. Their contribution, from supporting his musical aspirations to everyday life, was immeasurable. The loss of 2 pillars in his life resonates as a tragic melody in the singer's symphony of life. While Stewart's life has been anything but easy, perhaps it's that tragedy that makes his music so immensely powerful. Now aged 79, Rod is considered a living legend of the music industry, and it's perhaps his life story that makes him stand out compared to his peers.